Hello, hello. Welcome back. How are you? All right, let me check if I'm live real quick on my phone over here. Okay, looks like I'm live. All right, welcome back. This is Ask Jason Anything Sunday show, which we've been doing this for like 125 weeks now. This is episode 125, meaning we have been doing this for like more than 2 years now. So what I do here is, if this is the first time you see this, I actually go live every Sunday night at 10 p.m. Malaysia time on my YouTube channel, my Facebook presences, as in like my Facebook pages and my Facebook group, as well as my LinkedIn profile to answer questions about Facebook advertising and digital marketing. So if you have any Facebook ads related questions, all you do is very straightforward, right? You just go to my YouTube channel, all right, and try to search for an answer first. Okay, first thing first, try to search for an answer because I've actually posted over 900 videos on my YouTube channel now. We are closing into 1,000 and answering questions mainly. Chances are I probably have answered a question similar to what you have. So yeah, try to search for it. However, if you cannot find one, don't worry. All you need to do is just post your question as a comment on any of my YouTube videos. So what I'm going to do is this is exactly what you're going to see later on. I'm going to pick up your questions and I'm going to post it. I'm going to pick up a question and screenshot it and I'm going to answer it over here. Now, do not expect me to respond to your questions via text, as in like, do not expect me to reply to your comment, because I truly believe the best way to address complicated questions about Facebook advertising and digital marketing is actually through verbal conversation like this. That's why I would like to address your questions head on like this. So if you're here watching this live, you can actually just post your questions at the comment section. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to pick that up, and let me finish all these questions and I'll answer questions right away. So wait until the end of it. All right. So yeah. Okay. Thanks for joining me, Akram. My name is Jason, not Jordan. But anyway, thanks for joining me. All right. I'm going to bring it up real quick. And we have got, I think, 7 questions posted today. So I'm just going to go through that one by one. Okay. Now, the first question is coming from Vlad. So Vlad is asking, this question was posted on my video about how to become a Facebook marketing partner. And obviously Vlad is asking how to become a partner because you haven't had a company in listing. What do you mean you have not company in listing? Meaning you don't have a company, and when you click apply, you see drop down list with nothing. Okay, now basically, Facebook Marketing Partner, which is now Meta Business Partner, okay, is actually a program for agencies or agencies mainly. And if you are actually like a technical company that you can build apps that synchronizes with Facebook ads and to provide technical support or technical solutions to anyone who wants to build with Facebook's solutions, you can actually do that. You can actually apply to become one. So, as a Meta Business Partner, I'm actually a Meta Business Partner since I think we actually gotten the status in 2017 or 18. Yeah, mainly you get better support from Meta for sure. That's first thing, and then then you get updated about the latest trainings and all that, basically to help you stay in touch with the latest development and stuff. But yet again, that's pretty much it. But some of you actually, I received some inquiries from someone from other countries because they thought that the Meta Business Partner has got a very important thing to do with the monetization, which is actually, based on what I know, we have got nothing much to do with it. Monetization is another thing that you have to earn it through your Facebook page, and basically to be qualified to do that. But anyway, to apply to become a partner, actually there is no shortcut to it. All you do is actually like what you do, Vlad. You go to search for it like Meta Business Partner, and then after that, there should be a button for you to apply. So you can apply if your country is allowed to apply, because as I was told, this is not available in all countries. I mean, certain countries get rolled out earlier, certain countries get rolled out later. Because I remember when it was first rolled out, Malaysia was not in the first batch or not even in the second batch neither. So I actually applied in really earlier, like maybe 2013, 2014. and I only gotten the access to it. I mean, as in like I only gotten invited to join in 2017. So I applied earlier, so they kept my application when it's open to my country. So they actually invited me to enroll. So that's what happened. Okay, so that's what happened to me. So I have no answer for you, Vlad. I'm sorry, but then again, I think that's what we do to go through that. And I won't be able to help you because even though I'm a Meta business partner, I do not have any right or any backdoor to help you get listed in the Meta business listing. So yeah, so that's what I have for you. Vlad, thanks for dropping the question. And the next question is coming from an old friend, 1226 City. It's about solving Facebook account ban issue. So she said your Facebook ad account has been disabled in the middle of your active campaign. So when your ads account is reinstated, will you be able to continue with the same ad that has running before being disabled? Yeah, good question. So basically, almost every Facebook or Meta ad account will get disabled one way or another at one point or another. Basically, what they wanted to do is they wanted you to go through the review process, which is mainly about submitting your identity, so-called verification, as in like you need to submit your ID or whatnot in order to prove that you are a real human behind it. It's a very normal process right now, nothing to be worried about. So just follow the steps to get it reinstated. Basically, everything will be back to normal unless you have some permanent disabled issue. Then you probably have to, start fresh. There is no workaround or backdoor to permanent restriction issue. So, so that's about that. So back to the question about would you be able to continue with the same campaign or same ad before it was disabled after you get it back? The answer is yes. Okay, because as long as the ban is lifted, everything will be back to normal. You can actually just turn back on the campaign and it will continue to run. Basically, that's that. Okay, so all the best in getting it back. Basically, it shouldn't be a very complicated thing. So all the best. Okay, now, next is coming from, this is not a comment, but nonetheless, I think it's quite interesting. So this is coming from Xingyirai. Anyway, so it's posted on my video about Facebook ads objectives explained in 2023. So I did this video in case you missed this, because a lot of people ask me the differences between the Facebook ads objectives right now and how to pick the right one, how to understand the differences between each and every one of them. So this video really broke it down. I spent half an hour, I think, to really walk you through the usage of each and every one of the objectives available to help you make the right decision. So if you have not, I strongly recommend that you watch this video. It's on my YouTube channel. Just go under the free training by Jason Gunn and you should be able to find it. So so Xingyirai said, you want to agree with the first point, read what's written. Our generation doesn't read much. Actually, that's quite true. So like I said in the video itself, Facebook actually did a good job, I would say. They are doing a very good job in terms of trying to explain the every single thing in the ads manager. Like when you're trying to understand the metrics available, when you mouse over to the top of it, there'll always be explanation available for you to understand it. And when you're choosing the objective, they will tell you what it is. When you're choosing the detailed targeting or whatnot, they will tell you what is it all about, how does it work. So basically, when it comes to Facebook advertising, really, it's really about reading whatever that is written to really help you get yourself understand whatever that is available over there and how to make the right decision. So it's all about reading. In fact, it's nothing complicated. Okay, so anyway, thanks for commenting, thanks for dropping by. I hope you enjoyed the video and make sure to subscribe, right? Okay, next question is coming back from 1226 City. Now this is a longer one, but it's about Facebook ads performance. Okay, so let me read it out. So you had a campaign running for 5 days. You think the data looks good, okay? And then you're doing a course that you send your team to screenshot 5 days result and you get an opinion whether to kill the ad or not. So every person in the course keeps saying that it's too early, let the ad spend at least 100 to gauge. It's a mindset and all that. You believe it's not how much you spend, it's the data that dictates what's working or not. Good question, I would say. So, so basically, I think the question is mainly about when should we make decision about whether the campaign is doing good or not. I think the first thing first, giving it enough budget treatment is important, but I'm not saying that it has to be reaching $100 per se. But having it run for a duration, a good enough duration, is also important. But both, actually, what we're trying to do is, let's say, like, you need to spend enough. I would say, yeah, spend comfortably enough. That's the first thing, because when you're running ads, the most important thing is we want to get enough people to come into our funnel, as in, like, to expose our ad to enough people, and then we start getting enough conversions and enough indicators of, like, clicks and add to carts and landing page view and even purchase, if you're aiming for that. Because Facebook algorithm learns in a very positive way in the long run. As in, I'm not saying that it has to be months, but at least, as it runs to shows to more people, it actually gets better and better, learning from the actions taken on the advertisement itself. So the benchmark that we usually use is at least to give it a 7-day treatment minimum, regardless your budget. But if you're spending more, okay, I would say I still recommend to give it a 7-day treatment as well. Because you see, the problem about, like, the reason why we give it a 7-day treatment is, like, when you're running a campaign, there will be good days and bad days. Let's say the weekend, usually you get poorer performance, and weekdays you get better performance, and even, like, maybe Wednesday you get better performance. You need to actually let it run for a period of time. Really, it's about going through the circle, and then the cycle, and basically to expose to enough people to gain enough action. But of course, if you ask me, what's really the best way to let the campaign learn? This is not about gauging already, it's about learning it. Basically, what Facebook wants is to help us, to get 50 conversion. So whatever you are trying to get, let's say if you're trying to get purchase, in order to complete learning the campaign itself is to get 50 purchase. So sometimes you really need to gauge. But of course, you're right in terms of, like, it's not about how much you spend, it's about the numbers coming in. So yeah, I think 7 days should be a good enough duration for us to start. Okay, now it's good enough. Let's come back and dissect the numbers and try to understand whether is there anything we can do. Usually there are already indicators about, if it's the creative, then we can start seeing the CTR issue, and and if it's the landing, then we start seeing some deteriorating metrics in towards the later part of the journey itself. So yeah, I'd say that's what I think. Okay. So yeah, if you need help, like I said, it's very simple. If you need, any one of you who is watching this, if you need help, really analyzing your campaign and knowing whether it's time to change, or is there anything, or you have any questions about your campaign itself, don't forget, you can actually scan this QR code, and then you'll be able to book a half an hour session with me to answer any questions about your Facebook ads campaign. So yeah, let's say you want to know, like, is my campaign doing good? Is there anything that I can do, or you have any specific questions about Facebook ads, Facebook advertising per se, you can actually scan this QR code. It's not free. Okay, you'll be landed on my Fiverr gig, and you pay a nominal fee, and you'll be able to, schedule a 30 minutes call with me, which is you can ask questions one-on-one. Okay. All right. Thanks for the question, 1226 City, and all the best. Looks like you're getting better and better at Facebook advertising. That's a good thing. Okay, now next. Oh, it's still coming back to you. All right, this is a very interesting question. It's about having an active campaign. Okay, can you edit while it's running? Okay, yeah, the quick answer to that is yes, you can edit while it's running, but you have to understand significant edits would actually restart the learning. All right, significant edits being, let's say if you change the creative entirely, you replace it with a new video, all right, or something like that, or you change the audience targeting. Changing the audience targeting is a major edit, all right? So that would definitely trigger the learning. And yeah, but of course, if you're just tweaking a word, let's say, oh, you had a typo, you want to change it, then it's actually all right. So yeah, let's continue with the question. If you don't want to edit, can you go into the campaign ad set and see what fields you selected if you feel may have done wrong? Yeah, something wrong day 5 and the ads doesn't look promising. Like I said, the campaign takes a while to learn. But then again, like I say, when you want to make a change to the campaign, you need to understand what you're trying to do. All right. So if it's about optimizing, or you want to change something that you believe you have done wrong, then you probably have to understand what you're trying to do, because we usually do not recommend to touch the campaign while it's actually at an early stage. Usually we just let a campaign sing for a week, or at least, or 2 if possible, to let it go through the full cycle, and hopefully we can actually get better result out of it over time, because sometimes a campaign takes slightly longer to learn. Okay, so you got to really know what you're trying to do. All right, so that's what I think. So yeah, I would recommend not to touch it really, unless you really certain, let's say, oh, I must change this because the image is totally wrong. I have changed the whatever it is. So then we change. Otherwise, I do not recommend editing the campaign. But having said that, back to the question, yes, you can. Okay, you can edit. Of course, you can do anything. All right. Anyway, yeah. Then we come back to another question coming from Oscar. So this is about Facebook ID confirmation failed. So Oscar said your Facebook got hacked and all emails and phone numbers have changed. So you can still use iPhone and iPad that you have logged in before to submit an ID confirmation to Facebook support. Now the problem is no matter how well the ID picture you took, it response failed because too blurry and blah, blah, blah. What can you do? I really don't know what is happening to your situation right now. But then again, what we usually do is you just try to take a picture. Let's say you don't take a picture with your phone or whatnot, you just take a picture with a proper phone that zoom in to the more proper way. And then after that, send it over to your iPad or iPhone and send it back into the system and see whether you can actually get it through. Otherwise, you can see if there are any other ways of submitting the document or anything else like that. Because having a hack issue is actually quite tricky sometimes, especially now you're having all these change. Getting it back might be very tricky. That's why I say, unless it's really important that you need to get it back because of some, like assets you have, like the pages or whatever you have in there that you need to get it back. Otherwise, it's okay to start fresh. But then again, if you really need to get it back, I would say try to follow the instruction and try to get a better picture to put it in. Otherwise, look for an alternative way of submitting or verifying yourself to get it back. I guess yeah, this, because frankly speaking, I handled this situation a while ago, like a year ago, but all this process kept changing. So whatever I experienced a year earlier may not be the same as what you're experiencing right now. And I also noticed because like a while ago, I think it's about two months ago, I actually had helped a client from the States to really get her account back. And we were actually doing a webcam, kind of like she was submitting the ID and all that. I was kind of witnessing the whole process. But she went through a different process as yours. So probably I think there are differences in terms of like which region you're from, and the way of verifying yourself might be slightly different. So that's something that you might have to take a look at it. So anyway, but if you want to really have me to look at your situation and see, oh, okay, now let's try this thing, well, you can actually scan this QR code and book a gig with me. Basically, you'll be landed on my Fiverr gig, okay? And then it's not free, but you pay a nominal fee, and you can actually schedule a one-on-one Zoom call with me so that we can actually try to look into your situation and try to see, like, maybe I can help you to navigate a little bit, to click around to see whether we can actually find another way or some alternate ways to get things back for you. So yeah, that's what I can offer to you. Otherwise, I would say you're pretty good on your own to navigate and to go through the steps given and try to get it back. All the best for that, my friend. So yeah, seriously, I know it sucks, but then again, yeah, sometimes things happen. We just have to try to navigate it. Okay, right. So that's for Oscar. All right. And then the last one. Okay, now this is the seventh one. So the last one is coming back from Stardust, which is also an old friend. So Stardust say, Facebook doesn't like ClickBank and Nutra offers. I'm not sure what's that, but based on my knowledge, is there a higher risk of getting the page restricted if you have a landing page call to action affiliate offer, or if instead of 2-3 step landing page, or doesn't make a difference? Well, based on my experience, I don't have a lot of experience with affiliate marketing per se, but I did help some clients to navigate. Okay, now it depends on what you're selling. It really depends on what you're selling. Now, if you're selling something that is legit, as in, I'm not saying that you're not selling it, you're selling anything not legit anyway, but some products may be a little bit sensitive on Facebook and meta advertising, such as like slimming, some medicine supplements, this kind of stuff may be a little bit sensitive, and Meta posts a very strict rules in terms of things you can or cannot do. So make sure you follow the steps. But if you really want to sell something like this, and this is, your affiliate, you must sell that anyway. So maybe it's wise to have a landing, then next step only go to the affiliate product, or 1 to 2 steps down the road, because what I know for sure is Facebook scans, Meta scans the landing, at least on the first tier. So yeah, I mean, recently one of my clients got banned because the landing actually used some sensitive words, which is not allowed by Meta advertising. So that's something that we went through ourselves. We know for sure the ad itself and the landing itself will be scanned. So if you actually want to steal, you must sell that thing, and you want to implement a 2 to 3 step kind of checkout process. I think it's really something worth trying. Yeah, but like I say, it depends on product. If your product is pretty okay, like I actually helped several affiliate marketers that sell courses. I mean, that's no brainer. I mean, they just need to go like, oh, go to the landing, click, go to the affiliate offer. It's fine because there's nothing sensitive about it. So it was pretty safe to do that. So that's what I think. All right, Stardust, thanks for dropping by. And yep, that's all I have. And I'm now coming back to the questions that you have posted. So before that, let me flash this up. So any one of you who might need help in terms of like, okay, now, because sometimes I do my best to answer a question over here, but certain situations, I won't be able to just give you an answer without looking at your situation or without having a further discussion with you to understand your real problems or even your business model to give you a better suggestion based on that. So yeah, whatever I'm doing here is to give you whatever I can offer best over here. Usually generic to in-depth kind of discussion, whatever. But let's say something that you want to analyze campaigns, and if you want to really look at your account permanent disabled situation, where are you at right now? Are you at the page level, personal account level, and all that? All these it requires further discussion and investigation. We definitely need to book a call, and I can't do it for free, my friend. So all you need to do is to scan this, and you'll be landed on my Fiverr gig. And all you need to do is just to buy me a meal. Okay, basically it's actually very nominal, and you will be able to then schedule a half an hour Zoom call with me so that we can actually have a one-on-one meeting to go through whatever situations that you're having right now to give you better in-depth personalized recommendations. Okay, anyway, let's come back to this. Now Akram asked, from my experience on Facebook, does it matter if you use a debit card or credit card when running ads? No, it doesn't. It's fine. It's cool. Just do that. Okay. And also, what amount of ad spend would you recommend for local martial art gym? Okay, when it comes to ad spend, to me, it's very simple. I always like to tell people, you spend what you are comfortable with. Yeah, like I know some coaches say you got to spend 100 a day, $50 a day in order to get meaningful result. To me, I disagree. Why? Because put it this way, if you're not able to get results with $5 or $10, what makes you think doubling down or 10x down the budget will get better result? Yeah, they may argue that you need to actually run enough to send enough people to so that the algorithm will learn better. Algorithm can learn better over time as well. So if you spend lower, you can actually just let it run for a little longer. Okay, just give it maybe a week or two, right? Yeah, you can still go through the learning as well. It doesn't really matter. It's okay. It's not a big deal. So to me, scan what you're comfortable with. It's 10, go with it, 10, no issue. I mean, of course, Facebook has got some like minimum spend. I think it's about $1 a day per asset. So that's the minimum. But yeah, spend whatever you're comfortable with. Whatever business is it, I think it's pretty okay. Okay. Yeah, no problem, man. It's okay. I know typo. Okay, just pulling your leg. Anyway, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Did I miss any? Cool. I think we're cool. But yeah, anyway, this is what I do every Sunday night. The duration is set is about 30 minutes, but sometimes we end early, sometimes we end later. I think that's the variation of it. But anyway, so that's what we have for today. If you're watching this, thank you so much for watching. And if you watched up to now, if you need help, remember, I'm just one Zoom call away. Just scan this QR code, then you'll be able to just buy me a meal, and we can actually schedule a half an hour discussion to go through whatever questions you have about Facebook advertising and digital marketing. So that's what we do here. All right. So yeah, that's what I do every Sunday night. Thank you so much for joining. I'll see you next Sunday. If you have any questions, post your questions as a comment on my YouTube videos, any of them, and I'll bring them up. And of course, if you can, join me live on Sunday night so that we can actually have a quick chat over here. With that, let's wrap this one. Thank you so much. And you have a remaining awesome weekend and have a great week ahead. Thank you, guys. Have a good one. Good night. Bye.